Welcome back to Let's Play Endless Space 2 on the Reawakening Update. Got a really good episode for you today. This is Series 11, Episode 25. I'm JC Proton, and we are picking up at turn number 48, the very beginning of the turn. We're playing a standard faction of the Cravers on Endless Difficulty in a fast speed game. As you can see, the constellation control bonus has changed. It is now changed from me over to the United Empire. So I no longer have control. I was surprised that I didn't lose control earlier when they formed this alliance over here between the Unfallen and the Horatio. But looking at it, I see that the Unfallen only have 5 star systems and the Horatio only have 8. So together that's 13. And I have, like 17, right? So I guess that's why, is their puny alliance is just too puny. Puny and weak. Okay, so in this episode, we have several fleet battles going on. We are going to be progressing a quest over here with a battle at the Pilgrims. We're going to continue exploring curiosities that are going to be revealing the path going forward. Has become pretty clear as far as system upgrades and development. So we have, when I clicked over next turn, I immediately attacked. The Unfallen had 2 small ships coming in here at Rassam. So I attacked before those ships arrived. Looks like they did successfully take down the pirate lair that was here. So we'll be able to explore that. We have a battle here at Pilgrims versus these pirates. Over here, north of Cuyos, over here at Orion, the Riftborn have a small fleet of invaders. And there's 2 pirate fleets here. They're both slightly damaged. So it looks like there's been some fighting happening. So going to be doing that and exploring here at Orion. And I remembered I spotted a fleet that was heading south that was fairly formidable. It was stronger than my fleet. Actually, these pirate fleets are arguably stronger than we are too. They have more attack power, but less defense. They're both about 3,000 attack and 1,200 defense, but they only have like 16,000 hit points, 17,000 hit points. My fleet here is 22,000 attack, 3,600 defense, 28,000. So our fleet's pretty good. So anyway, that's going on. And I'm seeing Riftborn are like, dude, they are all about. These ones have a lot of guns, looks like. And also spotted up here some Vodjani fleets. And let me tell you, man, they are all about the missiles. Missiles. It's all kinetic, all super long range. Over here, more missiles. You look at their arcs. Their arcs are loaded up with a whole bunch of missiles. So having the new tech, this one here, coordinated flak, having that, I'm totally going to be doing upgrades on. That's going to go in on my medium ships for sure, man. So we unlocked these. So all of our military ships are going to get upgraded. We've got to upgrade those designs. And here's the deed. Invader of Worlds, be the first to invade 7 systems. Well, I've already invaded 6, apparently. Puts me in first place out of the 8 competitors. And the reward is 100 antimatter. So that's pretty sweet. And then there's also this means of production quest, competitive quest in 3 turns. If I can remember, I'm going to try to stack it so I get my industry as high as I can get it in whatever system I have that has the capability of, putting everybody on like lava planets or, whatever I have to do to try to get that, because, 100 antimatter is 100 antimatter, man. So that's what's on the docket for this turn. It's going to be kind of big. It might be kind of long. I'll try to keep it as short as I can, but yeah, it might be a big one. So yeah, let's do this fight here at Pilgrims, man. We can get it knocked out. So on this one, it is a pirate fleet. It's heavily missiles. There's all missiles on the pincer, and on that one too. And then the draw is almost all missiles. There's a little bit of, looks like beam damage as well. So altogether, 1,500 attack, 460 defense, and 11,000 hit points. And our fleet, it's just the leader, a guard, and 2 attackers. So not like our fleet is super strong. 1,800, 1,900 attack, 2,800 defense, and 22,000 hit points. So let's get her done. So we're out. We have a 2-to-1 advantage apparently. We'll do repair and recover. I'm going to want to put everybody in one lane so that everybody who can shoot at incoming missiles can shoot at incoming missiles. And we'll see how this goes. This might be a little bit ugly, but we'll see. It's all going to hinge on how well we're able to shoot down the incoming missiles and minimize the amount of incoming missile damage. So we'll see how this goes. They're going with power to shield, so they're going to try to stay at long range. Makes sense since they're all missiles. We're going repair and recover, so we start at long range and then we'll close to medium range. And they're all in the same lane. Okay. Looks like we're shooting some missiles down. That's encouraging. Yep, that looks pretty good. Okay, good. Right. Looks like we were successful. Let's take a look at these numbers here. Wow, we only took 482 damage. Whew, that was dominant. So clearly our guns were sufficient. Wow, nice. All right, let's watch it again in scan view this time, get a better analysis of the technical aspects of it. Okay, incoming shots. They are targeting the guard, it looks like. Yeah. They're coming here. And we're spreading our attacks out because the guard and the hero ship don't focus fire. They do not focus fire. But the attackers should be focus firing. love to see it. All right, so we had flawless victory at the Pilgrim system. We're going to want to upgrade our ships. So we could either fly up to AI to do that, or we could come backtrack to Sealam. I think we'll head up to AI. Oh, he leveled up. 20% shield penetration. 20% extra hull plating absorption. 20% damage on fleet. Hard to argue with damage on fleet. Shield plating penetration is pretty good though too. Yeah, we'll just go with a raw damage boost for now. We leveled the hero up to at least level 10. We got an Empire Academy. We probably just got that. +2 food and +2 dust on all original Empire populations. Outstanding. Defeat the fleet at Pilgrims, and we now have the Pirate Laser, which actually is not even as good as our Tier 4 laser. Tier 4 laser is actually better than the Pirate Laser. Alright, solo quest started. Chapter 4, The Eye of the Storm. Build 3 science improvements, and I get the Academy of Finance and Investment, which is a 2% increase in dust on my empire per assimilated minor faction. Okay. Well, I think we have 3 assimilated minor factions, right? Yep. Yeah, we got Bountiful Filtration, we have Space Dietitians, and Zealous Exploration. I credit Bountiful Filtration with being a big part of what elevated me from 3rd place to 1st place in score. That was a big turning point. And so we're now at basically 1,500, so we're over 100 points ahead of the Riftborn, and something like 300 points ahead of the United Empire. And as powerful as Bountiful Filtration is, when we get this tech here, Quantum Communications, the Craver version of that ability gives +50 industry per empire at war on all my systems. So that's going to be, since I'm Cravers, I'm at war with everybody. That's going to be 7 times 50, right? It's going to be a +350 industry on all of my systems. That is going to be really crazy. Like, my best systems now are only like whatever here, 900, still less than 1,000. But imagine like the new systems that have less than 100 industry. Now they're going to have over 400. That's going to be bananas. That's like the mind blown meme, where the guys, mind blown. All right, so that's where that's at. All right, let's do this fight out here, where we're outnumbered against the Unfallen. So we're outnumbered, but we're not outmatched. We have a slight edge according to this. And on this fight here, if I recall correctly, the Unfallen are going like all beams. Makes it tricky, right, to be building uniform fleets that go against some opponents that are all beams and some that are all missiles and some that are mixed kinetics and stuff. It's just, I like to just kind of have a nice diverse fleet here. So attacking them, see, these are the 2 ships that just arrived. I don't think they'll be part of the fight, but they're all that looks like they're all lasers. The second incandescent embers are all lasers, looks like, just about. And the second blazing embers are all lasers. So before we fought them over here at Lores, we fought them to the end, and they were all beams. Now they're all lasers, it would seem. So let's throw down. We're going to do repair and recover. I think we're strong enough that we can go 2 lanes here. I'm going to go with the guard in the middle lane since it's a stronger ship. It has a lot of shields. The intruder has no shields whatsoever. So it is definitely the weaker of the 2 mediums. We got 3 attackers and 2 lobbers. So the lobbers have no guns. Doesn't really matter much in this scenario because there aren't really missiles coming at us. So if I put both the lobbers in lane 2, that will facilitate taking out lane 2 and lane 1. Yeah, hopefully they don't stack the bottom lane too heavily. If they do, we could potentially lose the intruder because it is defenseless against beams or energy. I don't think they'll do power to shields because they're best at medium range. So they're going to probably choose something that's medium range. So I could see them using plasma distortion so their energy weapons are more effective. And we don't have a lot of energy weapons. Or they could go bigger is better. They've used that before too. So yeah, I'm predicting they'll use bigger is better. And we'll do repair and recover. So this will be medium range, this will be long range to start with. Okay. I think that'll be okay. The main threat here is if they stack the bottom lane heavily, then we're going to be kind of exposed. But hopefully this isn't curving away too much to where these missiles can still facilitate down here. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if our attack power is going to be strong enough for us to wipe out all that fleet. We'll see. I guess we're about to find out, aren't we? Okay, they didn't go hard on the bottom lane, which is great news. So we should do fairly well. And they are going bigger is better, medium range on all 3 lanes. All right, well, medium range is where they're strongest, but the lane, everything in lane 1 is going to be at long range. And this fleet will do okay at long range because we have beams and missiles. So, should be good. We'll see. Our missiles should be really good because they have no defenses against missiles at all. Well, they might have armor. I think they have armor, but they don't have guns. So our missiles should do well. The hero ship is taking some hits. Not much going down yet. They do have the advantage from outnumbering us in lanes. Ooh, that's a big missile volley. Boom. Yep, that's the end of them. Kaboom. Oh, they're falling now. I'll be interested to see where those missiles are going. Are they going to the top lane or are they going to the bottom lane? Minor victory. So we're going to keep fighting. All right, let's look at the numbers. Guns, missiles, beams. Yeah, they had a lot of armor absorbing damage and a lot of shields. Yeah, Unfallen have a lot of defense on their ships. Oh, they had more beams than I thought. Yeah, hull plating absorbed very little. It's all about the shields with energy. They lost 5 ships. Looks like we came through it smelling like a rose, though. Yeah, we're at full health. Let's explore the Curiosity here. Pirate lair remains. Yeah, they successfully invaded it, clearly. 750 dust, and our hero leveled up. More speed, yes. Excellent choice. I don't mind if I do. I thank you. All right, let's take another look at that fight. And see it in scan mode. So missiles are going in the center lane to start with. A lot of missing right there. Of course, we're at medium range, so missiles are not nearly as effective at medium range as they are at long range. They don't have as much time to lock on. So yeah, different ships are getting attacked. So yeah, it's very ineffective when your opponent is spreading the damage around. Being able to focus fire is very important. Huh. So in lane 3, we're picking away at them here, at the 2 defensive ships. And because we've got 2 attackers, they're focus firing, and then the coordinator is not focus firing, so they're attacking different targets. Over here, there we go, we're just about done with these guys in the middle lane. All right, now, where are the missiles going next? They're firing down here at the bottom lane. Excellent. So that's going to help do some damage down here in this bottom lane. Okay, and it's mostly going on this defensive ship, okay. And that's the end of the battle. Cool. All right, so the top lane then looks like it was basically not even attacked much. Let me take another look here. Full hit points. That one got damaged, just a teeny bit. A teeny bit of damage, like 2 points of damage or something. That one took a little bit of damage. Their hero ship. It might have already been damaged. Okay, cool. So it looks pretty good, and the next time we fight, next turn, we should do even better. Cool. So the remaining fleet now, they got those 2 reinforcements in. They only have 7 ships. Yeah, we should probably finish them off next time, and we're at full hit points, so we're looking good. Looking really good for us. Let's go up here to this other fleet battle. So the pirates have not attacked us, so I'm guessing what happened was maybe the pirates attacked the Riftborn with both of their fleets while my fleet hadn't arrived yet, and then we just flew in. And so now we're going to fight, and I have to decide who to fight. I think I want to fight the Riftborn, so I'm pretty sure we can take these pirates, even though they're 3,000 attack, 1,200 defense, and 16,000 hit points. And we're at 2,200 attack, 3,600 defense, 20. Yeah, I think we'll do okay against them, though. We should do pretty well against their missile damage. And we have some shields on our ship, so we'll do okay against their energy damage. So I think the one to attack here is the Riftborn. I think we're going to attack them, and then the Riftborn will attack us. I mean, the pirates might attack us next turn. I think the pirates have already attacked this turn. So, hey, we can actually explore the Curiosity. Let's go ahead and do that, man. Ruins 3 on an Arctic. Is that dust water? Nope. Advanced perfected slugs. Interesting. All right, well, they use adamantium, so it's unlikely that I'm going to be using those. Maybe in special circumstances, maybe on like hero ships I might. All right, well, let's attack the Riftborn. So currently against the Riftborn, we have a plus 8.5 war momentum. We have good war momentum here against the Sophons as well. You can see we're getting close here. Once it's all the way out, then it's probably time that they're going to force a truce. And you can see over here against this alliance, we're in a similar situation. They may force a truce on us. And I think that's for 5 turns. And we don't have Insatiable Maw yet. So we're not able to refuse the forced truce, because we'll have to defeat the Wasp fleet at the Infinite Factory first. And to do that, we need a fleet that can take on something that has 12,000 attack power. We've got to be able to beat this fleet before we can get the Insatiable Maw. So that's what we're going up against. So we're building up to that. That's not something that you just easily do, at least not for me at this stage of the game. All right, so let's go ahead and do this attack at Orion. We'll do this fleet battle, and we're going to attack the Riftborn. Yep, the 4th Logical Wardens is our target. Oh, yep, repair and recover. And the next turn, I anticipate both pirate fleets will attack us. All right, so we have them outgunned by quite a bit. They might retreat. We'll see. Yep, yeah, and some of their ships were destroyed in the process. Yep, they lost 3 of them, and then the remaining 2 invaders are very damaged. Run through some of these events here. Okay. Now you can see there's definitely a separation. You got to keep them separated. See, there's a clear gap here. You can see we have conflict here between the Lumeris and the United Empire. They're at war with each other. All right, let's take a look at this new hero we get. Lumeris Seeker, or a Craver Overseer. Ooh. Well, 2 industrialists. I'm leaning this way. Let me take a peek at these. System improvement upgrade cost reduced, +1 movement on fleet. So this would be like a fleet commander type admiral. Standard seeker abilities. Yeah, not very compelling choice. Scavengers seeker. Hull plating penetration. I can go two ranks of that. Pro recovery rate. So good ship, good for exploring. Corvus Apogee is probably the winner here. Experience return on fleet. +1 industry per population on planets. See, he's an overseer, which is great. We definitely want overseers. I'm a big fan of overseers. As a craver, you get additional food per planet on the system. So if I put that on a system with 5 planets, that would be, 50 food. That's not nothing. Projectile weapon damage, influence, health on fleet. Wow. 40% hull plating penetration on fleet. Whew, brutal. On Senate. Not that it's going to be a senator, because he is an industrialist. And he has the super endless consumption ability. So on undepleted planets, it would be super big production bonus. So I would be using that guy, maybe moving him onto systems and help them build out really fast or something. All right, well, I think he's the best choice of the 3. I'll have to figure out where he's going to go, but yeah, I want to take him. I've already got 4 admirals. I think that's enough. So he's going to be a governor. Remember, I think I had this guy on a game when Let's Play series. I had the Riftborn, and we were doing a victory condition, building the obelisks of all space time, and he made that happen really fast. He's a really good hero. Probably going to do this, but I'll wait until I assign him to actually assign those skill points. Yep, lost control of the constellation. Colonized Celum. I think we'll do that first. Yeah, man, that's pretty exciting to have that much more calcics. So I'll do the rest of that off camera. Let's go ahead and rename the system, though. Ayo. AO2. Cravers are growing. We're not maxed out anywhere yet. Oh, yep, take that back. At Cephaloros we are. So yeah, at Cephaloros we are, and we see we have 1 turn left. You know, in preparation for we're going to have forced truce here, and we're going to lose some of these wars, and they're very important to us from the Jingoist Joy law. So we're going to lose a lot of approval. Well, you're going to end up having to scale back some of these laws that are real heavy negative approval or real heavy disapproval type laws. We'll have to scale back on some of that stuff when we lose those wars. We're also going to go ahead, all the more reason to go ahead and scale back on these two systems here. So Cephaloros, we have one turn left, and then we'll abandon. Same thing with Harashims, we'll abandon, and we'll queue that up next turn. We'll click through here, and then we'll do the ship designs. So terraform to Arctic, yeah, cool. I'll balance that stuff out, make sure everything's right. Completed a level 3 modernization at AD. Oh yeah, we're building outpost ships. That's right. Yeah, because we're starting to do some new colonies. Let me get these guys launched. An attacker out of Harasham. Outpost at AL. Okay, cool. Yeah, you know what? Let's take a look at the last curiosity over here. So we have located, experience has taught me over the years that it's best to go with whatever luxury resource deposits you have close to you, regardless what they are. If they're good or they're bad, doesn't matter. Just go with what you can get. And so we have 4 of these drift buds deposits here. And so there's potentially a 5th one over here at Paradalis. And we have 7 of the Voidstone deposits, and I think we're going to have access to all 12 of the deciduous trees. So it looks like we're going to have full access to all of the 3 luxury resources that we're using here for our system upgrades. All right, here we go. Yep. Awesome. Cool. Drift buds. So we're sitting really pretty. Yep. So the way we're going to do it then is going to be deciduous trees at all 3 levels. We're going to be using the Voidstone at the 2nd and 3rd, or whatever, the last 2 levels. And then the last level, we're going to do drift buds. Right now we don't have an income in it, but we're going to. We'll just do another speed 8. Cool. And then I think we're done building outpost ships again. So it seems like that one can go to Justicum. We can send that one to Paradalis. And the one we're building now will go to Janus. And this one can go to Nos. Settling on a 1-planet system, that almost never happens with me. That's what we need to do. Invader of Worlds. So yeah, this Invader of Worlds thing, man. The 100 antimatter, and we're already at 6 of the 7 needed. So hopefully what we can do, you know, we missed out on the pirate layer over here. The Unfallen beat us to it. But hopefully, since we ran off the Invader fleet over here at Orion, hopefully we'll be able to invade over here. We'll see. We'll see. They're all infantry. You know what? Let's upgrade our military troops. Yeah, we can easily afford this upgrade now. We have lots of dust. We have plenty of adamantium and antimatter. shoot, we could even afford to do this. I don't know that I'm going to do it right this minute, but we might even do this upgrade as well. Extra armor health and extra armor damage. So that's a possibility. So, research queue. Next thing we're doing is we're upgrading these extreme composites and agri drugs, which is going to give us enhanced attacker and protector ships. And then next is applied cryogenics, which will be the following turn, and that'll give us hunter class medium ships and antimatter lenser. I might start putting antimatter lensers on my coordinators, but it seems like maybe I don't need to. They seem to be doing a pretty good job of drawing fire already. But it's a possibility. So it's definitely a thing I'm considering. Adamantium jammers are pretty cool for reducing the threat of a ship. I might use those like on, if I have worker class that I'm using as like a fleet repair type ship, using like repair modules that repair the whole fleet during the battle and after the battle. I might put that like on a small ship there, and then also put the little pink ducky on there to make him not get targeted. And as you know, it's an option. That would be something to try. New battle tactics slot is available, and I'll tell you what I might end up taking at some point here is this one. If I get adamantium electroplating to get full reserves. Full reserves is a good one. Deniable operations would be good. You get Craver Dark Ops. It's +3 initial level on ships and 10% extra health on those constructed ships. And then Universal Aerodynamics for additional command points and aerial ground troops. So those will be the 3 that I do at this tier. And I want to do that fairly soon. It wouldn't cost that much to do. And then that gives me access to this one. And that's going to be transformative. It's 25,000. It's going to take like 5-6 turns, but it'll be totally worth it. However, prior to getting to that, there's some other things I'm going to need to deal with. I'm going to want to get interspecies HR to help with approval problems, and cultural inverdicts to help with approval problems, and autonomous administration, which you can do. Oh, that's the thing. It's 1,000 influence. Oh, yeah, I'm going to have to start working on influence production just for the purpose of doing autonomous administration, because that will be a bottleneck if I can only build one of those every 5 turns because I don't have enough influence. So I'm going to have to look at that. There's this deed. Micro expression manipulation cuts upkeep costs on laws in half, but you have to assimilate through influence conversion. So that's a rather peaceful kind of way of doing things, which goes against the grain of us. We Cravers don't like that. It's hard for us to conceptualize conquering via peace. Cultural conversion, who would want to convert to being slaves and food to the Cravers? It's a pretty hard sell. We also want to do this crust engineering and gamma absorption to be getting these orichalcics and quadernix resources, and we're going to want to start doing trade networks soon, very soon, especially now that we know what we're going to do here. So I'm going to go ahead and get that in queue, and then probably galactic security charter and crust engineering and gamma absorption. We're going to do that next, I think. So that's the next few turns here. Carapace Swarm. We get an increased manpower deployment limit, so we get to attack with a bigger wave of attackers. Extra command points, reduced fleet upkeep costs. We get access to squadrons of these 2 basic heavy bomber, basic strike fighter, and a basic railgun. Probably won't be doing squadrons. All the more reason, with landing larger attack forces, all the more reason to be getting these, because it increases the manpower capacity on your small ships. And then we will be doing these, which increases manpower on the larger ships and makes your smaller ships even better. So that's all going to be happening. Yep, okay, down here at half. Ooh. So ones have medium hunter ships. All energy, all lasers, looks like. Alright. And Pleon has a bunch of things to look at. Alright, cool. Alright, let's go ahead and get in here on this system. Let's take a look here. Is it a drift bud or is it not a drift bud? It is. Okay. So long term, we could maybe end up taking that system. Puts us in close proximity to the Riftborn. We'll see how that goes. All right, let's fly over here and see how it's going to go at Pleon or Pleoni. Ooh, it's going to be fatal. It's going to be fatal. He's going to be going in against this fleet. And that's going to be the end of the Lost Horatio. He already had to retreat once. I don't think he'll survive a retreat again. He's been gradually repairing, I think. Anyway. So there's a ground battle remains. A life form 3. A subterranean 1. So that'll be his final flight, most likely. Unless he's somehow mysteriously repaired in the meantime. All right, Corana. Oh yeah, we had that attacker there. I think I'm going to bring him back here to Bellatrix. Yeah, his movement's pretty much done there. I'll leave him parked for one turn, and then he'll come back to AN5 and be able to do an upgrade. Yeah, let's look at let's go ahead and do the upgrade ship designs on all of our ships. Okay, let's see. We're done with outpost ship construction now. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 types of scout designs. That's a bit excessive, but it is what it is. It happened. Alright, I guess we'll keep the engines the same. We'll keep the probes, I guess, the same. I mean, I kind of feel like going double titanium would be okay, but it's okay. We'll just leave them as is. We'll just upgrade their weapons. So let's go with 1 gun, and let's go with a beam, man. That way we have an option of fighting at longer range, maybe against somebody that's all guns, but we still have some point defense against missiles. Like, it's tempting to go missiles, right? But then we're one-dimensional and it's all kinetic. And it's vulnerable to being shot down by your opponent if they have guns. So I think I'll go with beams instead. So I'm going to apply that same philosophy across all of our scouts. We'll upgrade the waist mount gun, and we'll switch the center mount to a beam. Death without a corpse. I think I only have one of these. honestly, if I do somehow find a place to do an upgrade, probably switch that one over to a double titanium. I'll send out 4 probes per turn. He only has 4 probes, but he'll regenerate, I think, all 4 probes every turn. So that'd be pretty strong. So 237 attack, 237, 237, 237. Yep. All right, protectors. And honestly, this is going to be a very short-lived upgrade because we're going to be having the technology is completing next turn. Okay, better armor and better shields. And those engines are fine. I don't even know if I even have any of those. All right, attackers. The engine is fine. The defense will upgrade the armor and the shield to the tier 4. And then weapons. Upgrade the beam. Upgrade the gun. Okay, cool. Let's see, what else do we have? Protector, attacker, guard. Yeah, we need to upgrade the guards. So the weapons we're going to upgrade to better guns. I'm going all guns on those because they need that for missile defense and squadrons should that happen. And then we're going to go with better armor and shields. And for now, I'll keep the same engines. And I'll put coordinated flag on here. Actually, I'm going to put it over here, because it's where they have these silly little rotating antennas. There's one in the middle on this side, and then up at the top in the middle back here that doesn't really work quite right. So yeah, I'll put the coordinated flag module back there because of that. And you know what? Basic flotilla shield, right? It says 1100 extra shield capacity and energy defense on every ship in the flotilla. I mean, it only costs 2. So adding 2200 shields to every ship in the flotilla might be pretty good. I'm willing to pay 2 Hyperium for that. I'm already paying 5 to build the ship in the first place. I think that's worth it because, like these attackers, I mean, they only have 4,300 shields anyway, right? So 2,200 additional is significant. So we'll see. I might end up doing the same thing on these protectors. If I get some extra slots, I might start building a few of those and throwing the basic flotilla shields in there. And these small protectors do not have the ability to equip the coordinated flag. That's only on mediums, I think. So that's all the ship design upgrades. Let me look at fleet movements. Oh, where'd they go? The Unfallen left. I was looking forward to attacking them again. Well, since I don't get to beat up on them anymore, I want to do upgrades. So I think what I'll do, I'll plan on flying over here. Yeah, I'll fly from Rassam to Harashim. We'll arrive there next turn. We'll grab those fleets that are coming out. We'll upgrade everything, fly over to Cephaloros, grab the fleets that are coming out and upgrade, and then probably head up north, maybe head to Dill, and really just to be looking to stir up some trouble. Maybe hit Giazar, maybe go beat up on some Horatio fleets. Maybe we can do some curiosity exploring, see if we can find the Unfallen fleet, see if we can beat up on them a little bit more. That'd be fun. Just stirring up some trouble, really. We've already got this hero. He's going to be setting the edge here, guarding. And I think we're probably just about done over here with this hero fleet. I'm going to want to bring them back to get some upgrades here at AN. So I think after we do these fights at Orion, we may pull back to AN. We may wait around to see if the Riftborn fleet shows up or not. We're kind of outmatched by that Riftborn fleet, so we may not want to stick around. I'm probably just about ready. Yeah, oh yeah, Ursa. All right, let's explore down here. There was... Did I already explore it before? Maybe I already explored it before. Either I explored it before or I missed it. I don't remember. Okay, so it seems like the two scouts kind of traded sides. The one that was on the inside has moved to the outside. So I think the one that's on the outside here is going to move to the inside. If I fly using star lanes, I can get there in 5 turns. If I go direct flight, it's 8 turns. So I want to try to use the star lanes if I can, if they're not guarded. So let's fly over here. See if we can see over to Hadar. Okay, it's not guarded. All right, let's fly to Hadar. And it looks like M104 is not guarded. So we'll probably be able to fly to M104. Ooh. These guys are coming. These damaged invaders. Interesting. How tough are they? They have armor and shields. And they have guns. This guy looks like he's headed to M104. Yeah, I don't know that I really want to tangle with them if I don't have to. Ingress, we can do some curiosity exploration for sure. So we are fully loaded with 6 probes. All right, we have a Ruins 3 on an ocean, a Ruins 4 on a toxic, so that's going to be Endless Foundries, and a Ruins 4 on a toxic. So 2 Endless Foundries for sure. Okay. Extreme positron torpedoes. So these were calcics, but they're very powerful torpedoes. Interesting. So to the opponent penalty, it increases their weapon cooldown by 10% for 10 seconds. So it slows down their ability to counterattack. Interesting. All right. Well, there's nobody threatening him right now. This is just an outpost. If he were to guard, it takes 5 turns. If I'm not guarding, it's 5 turns. All right, I think I'll not guard just because if I guard, then I might forget to move him. Looks like from the trajectory of our previous shots that we took when we were down here, we should probably take a shot here. That feels pretty good. That'll reveal whatever's over there. And probably, I don't know, I might send one more probe over here. We'll see. We'll see what this angle is here. Might not be necessary. All right, we'll skip his turn. All right, Paradolus, I guess he'll go over here and work on getting upgraded. All right, this Overwatch can start heading over this way. Probably upgrade him here at AL. All right, so from Rassam, we'll head to Harrisham's. Ah, that's where their fleet is. They're going to Othero. Okay, good to know. So what we might end up doing, we may end up putting together our fleet, coming over here to Cephaloros, and then coming back this way, see if we can tear into these Unfallens and finish off some more of their ships. That would be pretty good. Okay, up here. So I can get to Electra in 2 turns, or if I go off lane, I can get there in 3. The risk here is if I go this way stay on the star lanes, maybe Horatio will form this fleet up and guard, just like they're doing here at their home system, and then I'll be trapped. So I think to avoid the chance of getting trapped, I'm going to go ahead and go this way. Alright, and over here at Bonnie, there's a lost Horatio at full hit points. He's pretty weak. We're definitely a lot tougher than him. So let's go ahead and fight at Bonnie. First we'll hit the Curiosity. Oh, we have to fight? No. Alright, let's explore. And what do we get? Quadronix Sea Gear. Wow. Interesting. 350 additional manpower. Manpower deployment limit of 175 additional. Wow. Pretty good for invaders. Alright, let's guard and attack. And sure, we could do repair and recover. That's actually a good choice. I think he retreated before when we did that. Yeah, he's retreating again. Okay. Alright, so we have this ship heading over to Electra. After Electra, we'll probably fly. I don't think Zuyin has anything. Nope. We'll see if these probes show up, show anything. May head over to RFGC 8843 and send a spray of probes out just to take a look around. So I think the ship that's here at Bonnie doesn't really need to do any exploring over here. I think he can start looking towards heading east or northeast. We have 5 movement left. Ooh, yeah, let's go ahead and just move on over. Let's get out of Dodge, man, before we end up in some more trouble. All right, up here we have a fleet that's been exploring. So his next movement is he's going to go from Heka up here to Mizar. When he gets to Mizar, he can send probes out. Or I could potentially have the ship that's coming over here to SAO. He could maybe head up there too. Different options. I think meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, I am tempted to head to Cravers, but I think I do want to actually go up to Mizar first. All right, so my usual thing, send probes in a direction I'm not going for now. So let's see, this one was here, so we'll send it like this. And like that. Just to kind of get a good look around at what's going on out here. Wow, no movement left? I thought he was going to have some movement left. All right, well, I guess he has no movement. He'll just hang out. I guess that ship only has 2 probes, right? So it uses up all of its movement when he uses 2. Okay, yeah, it's still worth it. We're not able to attack, and we're not able to guard, so I guess we'll skip their turn. And I don't see it worth sending any probes. Okay, at AC we can upgrade. Did we upgrade the lobber design? I don't think we did. Yeah, we sure didn't. All right. Better armor. Better shields. And yeah, I think I'm gonna keep the lobbers at double missiles, but we'll just go with better missiles. So we're going from 67 damage and 150 salvo health to 76 damage and 180 salvo health. And then when we get the upgraded slot on these, we'll add a gun to them, I think is what I'll do. So same engines, but better armor, shields, and better missiles. Okay. Let's go ahead and upgrade those and fly them. Could fly them towards AN, but really I'm going to probably need them over here. I'm a little torn about it because I need to add fleet over here at this guard point, but yeah, these guys are going to be heading north. Like I could pull them back and have them guard, but it would be more fun to just go rampaging around causing mayhem, and that was the original plan. 2 defense fleets, 2 attack fleets. So yeah, we'll get that attack fleet upgraded. So yeah, then these 2 will send over here to Jayam because we're probably going to be pulling this fleet back. The fleet that's at Orion is going to come back to AN, most likely, and get upgraded. All right, I think we can move all our fleets. Okay, Hiroshima fleets. Okay, these guys are going to stay there. This Overwatch. Oh, okay, he's out here. Cool. For now, he can guard. I may eventually move them, but it's nice to have that visibility out here. To give us a heads up, you kind of gives early warning of inbound hostile fleets. We know any inbound fleets that are not ours are hostile because we're at floor. We're at floor because we're at war with everyone. So everyone is a hostile fleet. All right, those guys. All right, these fleets we're also gonna have them. I guess we'll have them both guard right now. Okay, we did our upgrades on our fleets. All right, I'll look at this stuff off camera and upgrade systems. I'll move populations around as needed. Again, the plan will be next turn, Cephaloros and Hiroshims. This is the last turn that they exist. And then next turn, we're going to, after they complete this construction, we're going to go ahead and queue up. We'll scrap everything on the system and we'll evacuate the systems. And that'll be the end of both of those colonies. And that'll free up some space, because right now we are at 17 of 11. So we're over our maximum capacity by 6. And we're starting all these new colonies, right? We're adding another 4 colonies. 10 over is not going to be okay. So we will trim. We're going to have to prune some systems off the Empire temporarily here. So Hiroshims and Cephaloros will go away to make room for the more important systems. And then we'll eventually probably reconquer as we go through the turns. And I'll figure out where I'm going to assign him. Approval, we're at 101. We're really pushing it. We're pretty close to having to cancel some laws. I think we can make it. I'll juggle some populations around a little bit here off camera to try to avoid having to cancel any laws yet. So let's look at how are we on resource production. We're at 8 titanium, 6 hyperium, 6 adamantium, 5 antimatter, 34.7 deciduous trees, 25 void stones, yeah, 2.5 dust water. Okay, so we have how much? Drift buds, 1.5. That'll go up. That'll definitely be going up soon. All right, we queued up some more stuff in our research queue here. We're going to be upgrading our small ships, and then we're going to be developing a medium class hunter attack ship. And then we're going to be doing, we're going to start building our trade company headquarters and our trade company subsidiaries, and then getting our orichalcics and quadernix incomes going. And this is a pretty cool planetary specialization. We're going to have a lot of hot planets. We'll do the armor upgrade soon, but not just yet. We don't need it right now. We'll see if we do an invasion on the pirate lair. We might do it. The pirate lair at Orion. And those all look fine. These are quests. Means of production. 3 turns. Try to have the system producing the most industry in the game. That one's going to be a stretch goal for us. That's going to be a tough one. But we'll see. We'll try. We'll make the attempt. And as it should be, we're at war with everyone for now. We'll see how it goes with the forced truce. Hopefully those forced truce hopefully are only for 5 turns. I hope. And when those happen, I'll probably have to trim back some of my disapproval laws. And yeah, as expected, we did eventually lose the constellation control bonus, at least for now. But in the long term, I think we may be getting it back. I guess we'll leave it there. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.